Scene start. It hangs above us, a silent, velvet canvas pricked with 1 trillion points of light. For all of human history, we have looked up into this cosmic ocean and asked the same fundamental questions. What is it? And where did it all come from? We live in an age of unprecedented discovery. We've split the atom, mapped the human genome, and sent probes to the farthest reaches of our solar system. We have constructed a story of our universe, a story that begins 13.8 billion years ago. Music swells, a subtle building orchestral piece. Narrator VO. It starts with a singularity, an infinitely hot, infinitely dense point containing everything that would ever be. And then, expansion, a cataclysmic unfolding of reality itself, a moment we call the Big Bang. From this cosmic fire, everything we see was born. Time, space, matter. The laws of physics crystallized, governing the grand dance of galaxies and the delicate spin of an electron. We can see the echoes of this creation in the faint microwave radiation that bathes the entire cosmos. We have, in a very real sense, found our origin story, written in the language of astrophysics. And yet, the more we learn, the more profound the shadows become. The celebrated physicist Michio Kaku points out that despite all our knowledge, science now stands before 2 colossal, seemingly insurmountable mysteries. One is a question of the without, the other a question of the within. The first mystery is the universe itself. Our elegant equations only account for about 5% of what's out there. The rest? It's a ghost in the machine. A dark sector of reality we can't see or touch, only infer from its gravitational pull on the stars we can see. Dark matter, dark energy, these aren't just gaps in our knowledge, they are chasms. They are the terrifying, humbling truth that 95% of reality is utterly alien to us. But as we gaze outward into this incomprehensible expanse, the second great mystery stares right back at us. It is the 3-pound universe nestled inside our skulls, the human brain. This intricate network of 86 billion neurons generates our every thought, our every memory, our every dream. But how? How does this lump of electrified tissue, obeying the same physical laws as a distant star, produce subjective experience? How does it create consciousness? This is what philosophers call the hard problem. It is the baffling leap from the physical to the mental. How does a barrage of photons hitting your retina become the subjective experience of the color red? How do electrical signals firing in your brain become the feeling of love or the chill of wonder when you look at the night sky? One mystery resides in the infinite void of space-time, the other in the finite space between our ears. Are these 2 frontiers separate, or are they somehow connected? In this series, we will journey to the very edge of human understanding to confront these 2 greatest riddles, the universe and the mind that is trying to comprehend it. Scene end. A flesh and blood nestled within your skull, the human brain. It is a biological machine of staggering statistics. 86 billion neurons, each one a sophisticated information processor. These neurons form connections with thousands of others, creating a web of up to 100 trillion synapses. That's more connections in a single human brain than there are stars in our entire Milky Way galaxy. This intricate network is the source of everything we are. It is the architect of our joy, the seat of our reason, the keeper of our sorrows, and the stage for our dreams. From a purely mechanical perspective, we are beginning to understand how it works. Narrator, VO. Neuroscientists are mapping its pathways with astonishing precision. They can watch in real time as different regions of the brain light up when we solve a math problem, listen to music, or recognize a loved one's face. These are what some philosophers call the easy problems. They are monumentally complex, yes, but they are ultimately questions of structure and function, of mapping the wiring and decoding the signals. But this mapping, as detailed as it becomes, completely fails to address the central, defining mystery. The hard problem of consciousness is this: why and how does all of this intricate physical processing give rise to subjective, private, first-person experience? Why does it feel like anything at all? There is no scientific equation, no biological theory that can explain the leap from the objective firing of neurons to the subjective richness of what you are experiencing right now, listening to my voice. Consider the simple act of seeing the color red. Objectively, we can describe the entire physical process. Photons with a wavelength of approximately 650 nanometers strike your retina. Specialized cone cells are stimulated, triggering a cascade of electrochemical signals that race along the optic nerve and into the visual cortex at the back of your brain. We can pinpoint the exact pattern of neural activity that corresponds to seeing red. But where in that chain of events is the experience of redness itself? That ineffable, indescribable quality that you know so intimately. A neuroscientist could know everything about the physical state of your brain when you look at a rose, but they would still have no access to your personal, internal sensation of its crimson hue. This is the explanatory gap, the chasm between the objective mechanics of the brain and the subjective world of the mind. Somehow, this organ, made of the same stardust as distant galaxies, governed by the same physical laws, generates a private universe of feeling and awareness. It creates a self. It creates you. This is the second great mystery. Not a phantom substance holding the cosmos together, but an emergent ghost in our own machine. A ghost that allows us to ponder our own existence and the universe it inhabits. Music swells with a sense of wonder and unresolved mystery, then fades slightly to create anticipation for the next part. Scene end. Scene start. Music from part 4 fades in and shifts to a more complex, searching theme. It's less melancholy and more driven by a sense of active investigation. Narrator, VO. Faced with this chasm between the brain and the mind, science finds itself at a philosophical impasse. How do we even begin to build a bridge across the explanatory gap? For generations, thinkers have thrown theoretical ropes into the fog, hoping to find purchase on the other side. The most straightforward approach is that consciousness is an emergent property. Just as the wetness of water is not a property of a single H2O molecule, but arises from the interaction of trillions, perhaps consciousness is simply what happens when neural complexity reaches a critical threshold. It's the ghost that spontaneously appears when the machine becomes sufficiently intricate. The grand symphony that emerges, unplanned, from an orchestra of individual, unthinking neurons. Narrator, VO. But this idea of emergence, while intuitive, still doesn't explain the why. Why this particular arrangement of matter and energy should suddenly spark a private internal universe of subjective feeling. More recent theories, like integrated information theory, or IIT, attempt to quantify this. They propose that consciousness is not a biological quirk, but a fundamental property of any system, like mass or charge, that is rich in interconnected, integrated information. A system is conscious, IIT suggests, to the degree that it is a unified whole that cannot be broken down into independent parts. Other, more speculative theories venture to the very fringes of physics. Some physicists, like Sir Roger Penrose, suggest that the answer lies not in classical neuroscience, but in the strange and paradoxical world of quantum mechanics. They propose that consciousness is born from quantum computations occurring within the microscopic structures of our neurons, called microtubules. This would mean that the mystery of the mind is intrinsically linked to the deepest mysteries of matter itself. And it is here that our two great mysteries, the universe and the mind, begin to converge in the most unsettling way. Quantum mechanics, our best description of the subatomic world, contains a profound problem of its own. The measurement problem. A quantum system, like an electron, exists in a haze of multiple possibilities at once, a superposition, until it is observed. The very act of measurement seems to force reality to pick a single state. The observer, it seems, is not a passive spectator, but an active participant in the creation of reality. This forces upon us a dizzying, universe-altering question. We look out at the cosmos and see 95% of it is dark matter and dark energy, substances our physics cannot explain. We look inward and find a conscious mind that our biology cannot explain, but which seems required by our physics to collapse quantum waves into a definite reality. What if these problems are not separate? What if the reason we cannot understand consciousness is because it is woven into the very fabric of spacetime in a way our current physics, blind to 95% of the universe, is utterly incapable of describing? Is the mind just a happy accident, a flicker of awareness in a mindless mechanical universe? Or is consciousness something far more fundamental, an integral part of the cosmic operating system without which the universe itself could not truly be said to exist? Music builds to a powerful questioning crescendo, then cuts abruptly, leaving a resonant silence. Scene end. A moment of silence. Then a new musical theme begins. It is slow, vast, and deeply resonant, carrying a sense of profound wonder and humility rather than tension. Scene end. Narrator, VO. We are left here, suspended between two infinities. The infinite expanse of a universe whose fundamental nature is a mystery, and the infinite richness of a mind whose existence is a miracle. We are the universe's attempt to know itself, yet we are equipped with senses that perceive less than 1% of reality, and a consciousness whose origin is the greatest unsolved problem of all. It is the ultimate paradox. A brain made of ordinary matter contemplating a cosmos made of the extraordinary unknown. Perhaps our entire line of questioning is flawed. We see a universe that seems impossibly fine-tuned for our existence. The constants of physics, the strength of dark energy, if any were even slightly different, stars would not form, planets would not coalesce, and life would never have sparked. Is this evidence of grand design, a lucky cosmic lottery ticket, or simply the only outcome we could ever possibly observe? After all, a universe inhospitable to consciousness would have no one within it to remark upon its barrenness. We are, by definition, inhabitants of a universe that allows for inhabitants. This is not an answer. It is a reframing of the question. It suggests that consciousness is not an afterthought in the cosmos, but is perhaps inextricably linked to its very structure. We are not just living in the universe, we are the universe, experiencing itself. For now, these two great mysteries are the twin pillars at the gateway of our understanding. They are the here-be dragons on the map of modern science. To solve them may require a revolution in thought as profound as Copernicus, decentering the Earth, or Einstein uniting space and time. It may demand a new physics, one that accounts for the 95% of reality we are currently blind to, and perhaps even a new science of the mind, one that can bridge the chasm between the objective and the subjective. But the search itself is what defines us. The relentless drive to look outward at the farthest galaxy and inward at the deepest thought is the most precious emergent property of all. It is the product of that unexplained consciousness, using a brain built from stardust to look back at its own cosmic origins and ask the most human question there is: why? The universe is not just stranger than we imagine, it is stranger than we can imagine. And nestled within it, for a brief, flickering moment, is a mind capable of being astonished by it all. That in itself may be the most profound truth we have yet discovered. The mystery of the cosmos and the mystery of the mind are not two separate problems. They are two sides of the single, glorious, and unending story of existence. Music swells to a final, awe-inspiring crescendo, then slowly fades out. Narrator, VO. What do you think lies at the heart of these mysteries? Is consciousness a rare accident in a mechanical universe? Or is it a fundamental part of reality we are only beginning to glimpse? Share your perspective in the comments below.
The world is full of fascinating paradoxes, isn't it? We hope today's facts truly bent your mind. If you're ready for more daily revelations that challenge the norm, subscribe to Mindbenders. Don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss a new video. Until next time.